everyone, I'm here to read chapters 26 and 27 in When the Sea Turned to Silver. Chapter 26. Pinmay and Yashan had been treated to a dinner of new enjoyments. In a lacquered box brought by the gray-haired and grim servant, there had been tea-stained eggs, pickled plums, and cold slices of aromatic roast chicken that made Pinmay afraid she would embarrass herself by drooling over it all. But even while they ate, Pinmay's thoughts nibbled at her. How could they find out if Amma was here? As the servant refilled their cups with golden tea, Pinmay longed to speak to Yashan alone. So when Lady Meng soon retired to her bed, taking the servant with her, Pinmay looked at Yashan eagerly. Yashan, Pinmay said, if the Emperor is here, I think... Amma? Yashan said, nodding. I was thinking the same thing. She might be here, Pinmay said, her words bubbling like heated porridge. The Emperor could have come here from our mountain. Stopping at a couple of villages to collect men on the way, Yashan said, agreeing, but there's a good chance he just came here with a small troop of soldiers and sent the rest of them, with Amma, off to wherever. The wind gave a piercing scream, and both Pinmay and Yashan were silent. Was Amma in a dungeon, in the dark and alone? Or out in the freezing snow, shivering? Pinmay placed her hand over the cold jade bracelet on her wrist, her fingers curling around it. Yana said the soldiers camp out on the eastern side of the long walkway, Pinmay said. So if we just follow the walkway, we could find the camp easily. But to find Amma, we'd have to sneak among the soldiers, Yashan said, and Yana also said the Emperor is out there too. Pinmay looked out the window. The branches on the trees were being flung about by the wind, swaying toward her like bony fingers clawing at a small animal. She shivered, pulling the bracelet on and off her wrist. The Emperor and his men are only here for one night, she said. That means we only have tonight to look for Amma. Yashan rubbed his chin. So when everyone is sleeping, he said, we'll have to creep out of here to the soldiers' camp and sneak around to look for Amma. Pinmay nodded. Her hands cupped Amma's bracelet like a nest, and the stone began to warm. We'll have to be very careful, Yashan warned, and very quiet. Pinmay turned to look at Yashan, putting the bracelet on her arm. Then she tossed her braid, which had always reminded her of a long mouse tail. I can do that, Pinmay said. Yashan looked back at her and grinned. Okay, chapter 27. Ah, they feed me much better since you arrived, the stonecutter said as the dungeon door slammed closed. He picked up a bowl of rice and pushed it toward Amma. A small bowl of rice every other day, Amma said. Taking the bowl does not seem like good feeding to me. They used to forget